What's up, everybody? This is Cody coming to you live from DFS Prodigy. I wanted to go over the All-Star race coming up tonight because I'm really loving this race as I all in all look at it. So we're going to go over DraftKings and FanDuel, which this will be in YouTube form for the people who want to see how I just do the roster construction on FanDuel and DK, like I said. And then I'll turn this into an audio form for my podcast people who can't watch it on YouTube. So let's get started, everybody. All right, so on DraftKings, it's at or on DraftKings, we'll just go from basically pole position, starting at first, second, so on and so forth. A little bit of track preview. This is at Bristol, which I love Bristol. And then this is a half a mile track, 140 laps overall. It's going to be a quick race. Basically, the driver's going to come in and out trying to get this $1 million prize. They will take this seriously, so don't be in doubt of that. The drivers in the determined in the open will basically make up the 17th through 19th, and then the fan favorite will be going towards the back of the race also, which will more than likely be Bubba Wallace. So all in all, guys, let's get this started. So starting at the top, we have Martin Truex. Truex, I mean, he has bad history here. I mean, more than likely awful history here. I'm not all on him. I don't think he's going to start dominating this race. He is number one, but I'm just fading him, so a lot of people behind him. Going towards Bowen, uh, he's cheap, but look at his history: 16, negative 13, 53, 0.5, 42, 16, 49, 31, negative 17, 10. Like, what happened to him? I'm not liking him at all. He's cheap. I know people will like him because he's cheap, but I don't think he'll get. I don't think he'll stay up top. I think he'll get around Truex, but I don't think he'll stay up top at all. Going towards Ryan Blaney. Blaney now, okay, I can't spell today. Anyways, Ryan Blaney, 8,000. He's done good here. I really like. I don't like. I love this play. So he has a good track history here. I can see him taking the lead over Bowman and Truex and dominating this race. So I'm really liking him, and I like him as a dominator. So let's go on and lock him in on both sides. 10,000 on FanDuel, which is an average price. So what can I say? Justin Haley, he had a weird win, so technically I don't even know what to do with him. He's 5,200. People are gonna want a cheap play. I'm off of him, completely fading him. Don't even look at him. He's starting at fourth. Just go to the next driver, to be honest with you. Kevin Harvick. So people are going to gravitate towards him because they know he's a winner. They know how good he's done this season. But here's the key: he has not done good at Bristol. So I'm not liking him as much as people will because I'm liking him as a middle tier play. I'm just not getting to him. Honestly, a heavy price tag on both sides. 13, he's the highest priced driver on FanDuel. I think he's the highest priced driver. Yeah, on DraftKings, I'm putting him in the middle tier. I'm probably going to fade him. Matt Kenseth. So he's starting at six. He's cheap again. I don't like him. I don't see him getting a top five. Again, just I'm fading him. Here's the guy that's going to be interesting to me: Kurt Busch. He's sneaky because he's starting at seventh. He can pull out a win if he's going to sneak into the top five starting at seventh. So I might have him in a couple of lineups. I might not. He's going to be sneaky. His ownership's going to be weird. So if you want to put him into your lineup, I don't mind it. He's a pivot guy to a couple other players that I'm going to list later on. So if you want to get to him, I wouldn't hate it if I were you. Cole Custer. Man, what a win that he got last week. That was crazy what he did last week. He's cheap. He's starting at eighth, but I hate to say it, but I'm off of him. He's a really roasting option at his spot and his price, so he's a middle tier option, but I'm probably going to fade him. Brad Keselowski. He's just a weird play. He's a very weird play because he's starting ninth, so he can get up there, but he's at 8,600, which is kind of just the middle price of guys. So he might be more than just a middle tier option. Going down, the Kyle Busch. So what's happened to him this season? He's not the same driver as he was people are going to be on and off of him, which I know that's kind of contradicting, but they've seen how bad he's done this season, but they like the name of Kyle Busch. I'm not taking a chance on him. I can't do it. I've taken so many chances on him and has been burned. So I'm just not getting to him. I can't, to be honest with you. Going down to Newman. He's cheap and I don't mind him. He's just a middle of the pack driver. If you want to get him as a value play, I don't mind it. I don't hate it. If you don't want to get to him, I don't hate it either. Here's a guy that I love. Joey Logano. I'm already locking him in. Joey Logano at 9,400 on DraftKings, and he's 11,000 on Fanduel. I'm loving it. He destroys Bristol. This is his track. I love it. Just lock him in and load it. Chase Elliott. I also really like him and putting him into my lineups because of his price point is amazing to me. I like that his history here at Bristol has been great. I just really like him overall. Jimmy Johnson. So let's go back to DraftKings. Jimmy Johnson at 8,800 is again a middle tier play. He's squished between Brad K and Kyle Busch. His ownership will be high because of the starting spot and the coronavirus narrative. I think is going to be in play. He does decent here. If you want to eat the chalk with him, then do it. Denny Hamlin starting at 15th. So his price point's so high, but I like it. I honestly like it. So that's going to be tough if you want to do a lineup on FanDuel with Denny Hamlin and the other three guys I got. But let's see how much we got. We have two drivers left at 6,400. Okay, I can play around with that possibly on DK. Anyways, back to Denny Hamlin. He's definitely expensive, but I like him. He does great here, and starting all the way back at 15th, his PD upside will be amazing. I honestly like him as a play. If you want to get to him at the top, go ahead, lock him, load him. Eric Jones. So he will easily be the best punt, and I know he's burned me so many times. I know. But he's 7,200. He does good here. I like him a lot. I got to put him in. So that leaves us with 5,600 on DraftKings, which we'll have to play around with that. How much does that leave us here on FanDuel? 8,500. Not bad. Not bad at all. So let's play around with the rest of the drivers. So Wallace will be a fan favorite, of course, and I don't mind him, but he's just a middle tier option starting at the spot. The guy I'm liking, though, if he can get in, is Clint Boyer. He has a great history here, and he just all in all does great here. His starting spot is going to be good. His price point's good on DraftKings. Where's he at on DraftKings? 7,800. So we can play around on pivot to Kurt Busch. There's your lineup right there with 300 left over. I don't mind this at all on DraftKings. Blaney, Boyer, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Joey Logano. I love it. And plug him in on. Oh, he's not in the player pool yet on FanDuel. What in the world? That's crazy. Anyways, okay. Let's finish up on DraftKings. So DraftKings, I don't mind this lineup. Like I said, with Blaney, Boyer, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Joey Logano. You can play around with that lineup if y'all want to. I honestly love it though, so I might save that and go from there. Let's go back now to FanDuel. So what I just noticed is they don't have the drivers yet, or I don't know if they're even going to, that are racing in the open. So this is a different beast. So let's play around with this. So if we want to do this, you can do a lineup with Elliott, Blaney, Logano, Eric Jones, and Kurt Busch, which I don't hate. You can pivot up to, go to Ryan Newman as a cheap option, and that will leave you with a ton of salary left over if you want to replace somebody with that. But like I said, it's going to be harder on FanDuel now that I just caught that. So honestly, guys, my article will be out pretty soon for the All-Star race. I'm going to try my best to get a video out for UFC, but I guarantee you my article will be up tonight for UFC. Sorry, my mom just texted me saying she's almost here. They're coming out of town with my little brother, so I can't wait to see them. I know it's going to be during the All-Star race in the UFC, but it'll be all right. Anyways, so just play around with your lineup construction. Don't worry about ownership as much. I know I said earlier in the video that ownership will be kind of a key opponent, but All-Star races on FanDuel are a little bit different now that I noticed that the Open's off, or they may not even add the players in the Open. But if you want to do this lineup with Blaney, Kurt Busch, Eric Jones, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott, I don't mind it. All in all, guys, let's have a good night and let's win some cash.